To get started with Hadoop, I would recommend that everyone download and install publicly available sandboxes for Hadoop clusters. And so one place to get a sandbox or a cluster is through Hortonworks. And what I'd recommend is you guys open up a Google browser and search for Hortonworks. And this is what should show up. And one thing you can do is go to their main website, which is hortonworks.com. Right over here under Hortonworks data platform, you will see something called HTTP Sandbox. Click on that, and then you click on download and install. When you click on download and install, you should see a variety of options over here. Now, depending on whether you have a Mac or a Windows, make sure you download the appropriate version. But they have several releases of Hadoop. That older one is HTTP 2.1, but I'd recommend that everyone get their HTTP 2.2 preview sandbox version. It has a great number of applications that run on it, and it has also some of the functionality that allows you to work with MySQL and NewSQL code on Hadoop. Now, this is in fact a Hadoop instance on a Linux box. And so what you need to do is you need to actually install a virtual environment or a virtual machine. And you do that by downloading Virtualbox or VMware. Now, VMware is a paid virtual client versus Virtualbox is a free one. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to download Oracle Virtualbox 4.2, and you can get that at virtualbox.org. So I would recommend for those of you who have Windows or Mac machines, you download Virtualbox, and you can just download it. You go to the downloads on the left hand side at virtualbox.org. You can download it for OS X hosts, which are Macs. You can download it for Windows machines right here. So make sure you go ahead and download and install that. After you do that, you want to actually download HTTP 2.2, and so do make sure you download this. It will take some time. It's 5.61 GB as you've noticed over here, and it will take some time to download. Now I already have it, and so after installing VirtualBox, the first thing I want to do is I want to open it up after downloading VirtualBox and HTTP 2.2. And so I click on VirtualBox and I open it up. Now you will see over here I already have the Hortonworks Sandbox HTTP 2.2, but you probably won't. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on Machine, or I'm sorry, you want to click on File, and you want to say Import Appliance. When you say Import Appliance, you should see something that shows up that says Appliance to Import. And now what you want to do is you want to point it at the location of where you just downloaded that 5 point some gig file. And so you want to point it to the HTTP 2.2 OVA file and just say open. And what's going to happen is after some time, it's going to show this environment up like this. And so now you've created a Hortonworks sandbox on the VirtualBox Manager from Oracle. And when you start it up, what you're actually doing is you are starting up a small one-node Hadoop cluster. You will notice that this will take some time. It will take some time for the virtual machine to start up. One of the recommendations that I have is that you not run too many applications when you're actually running a virtual machine, um, because what does tend to happen is virtual machines do tend to slow PCs and laptops down, so you want to be a little bit careful about this. You may need to be a little bit patient while the Hadoop sandbox loads up. And so there we go. You will notice that it does take some time for the Hadoop uh, Hortonworks Sandbox server to get up and running. Um, but now that it is, uh, you are now able to play on a single node Hadoop cluster. And so you will notice that on the left hand side, you actually have a location you can browse to. It asks you to go to initiate your Hortonbox Sandbox session, to open up a browser and go to, and so you can open up a browser right here and go 127.0.0.1 colon 8888. And once you do that, you can get started using Sandbox. You might have to fill in some information. I have already done that. But I can use the web interface by going to 127.0.0.1 colon 8000. The password is Hue and 1111. And so if I click on that, aha, it hasn't asked me for a username and password. So now what I can do is I can actually play on the Hadoop server, and so this is what we're going to try to do for Wednesday. So please make sure that you do go ahead and install the Hortonworks Sandbox, and we can walk through this environment on Wednesday.